No free sponsorships over here, baby.
Oh, what is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of the Fanboy Show, where we have side
No
tables,
notes.
but we don't
I've got a
know,
lot
we
of
don't know
notes.
what to do with our Oscar ballots, so they're going over there.
I've seen 20% of the movies.
We got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
I don't think I'm going to be trying as hard this year.
Do I remember the one year you were like slaving away at it pretty hard?
Yeah, it was kind of stressful. Like, if it happens, it happens.
Right. Well, they are in. Most of them are in theaters again now.
Dude, I saw I can rent Wonka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Golden Globes at home is what Amazon's doing.
Oh.
I think it's on HBO right now.
Is it already there?
I think so.
Oh, sweet. Guess what I'm gonna do this week?
Definitely should watch it. It's fun. Fun
Yeah,
time.
let me know how it is.
Luke won't watch it. That's okay.
Listen, I'll watch it if I'm bored and I have nothing to do.
We just gotta get you nothing to do. All
that's
right,
just
good.
really not
That's-
ever the case. There's always something I'd rather watch than a Willy Wonka movie.
Okay.
So-
Fair enough. Well, it's another week. We've got to talk about some gaming news here, but real quick before we get into that, any new trailers come out this week that you guys want to talk about?
There was a bunch of trailers this week. But I think that's our main topic, so...
Okay, how about this? Outside of the Sony State of Play.
I mean, we got the most anticipated sequel of the year, probably.
Oh yeah, that's
Winnie
right.
the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
That's right. We needed a follow-up to that.
I'd rather watch Wonka.
I think I sent you guys that clip, and I was like, what did I say? Like, not again.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it.
I honestly-
I started that trailer out of earnest. Like, what's it? What are they gonna do this time? And I got about halfway through, and I was like, don't care enough to finish this trailer.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, and I was like, this looks just dumb. Again.
I cared so little, I didn't even respond to the thread. I was just like, whatever. Didn't even click the trailer.
You didn't miss much.
No, you really didn't.
It says Tigger's in it, but I didn't see Tigger at all.
I actually saw Tigger.
Oh, maybe it was.
It was
Tigger
like
and I
a
just-
one. It was like a one wide shot, and it was not super clear that it was. For the fact that Winnie the Pooh itself is in like, and I get that you don't make the characters look like the animated version. Like the animated version of the characters are not in public domain, but like they really are just they're people in suits.
Yeah.
But there's like no like super defining thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think too. Like, not to spend any more time than we need to on this, but I think the really disappointing thing
No.
in all of this, though, and it's with everything that's hit public domain in recent years, is everything is a horror or slasher film with a kid's property.
Well, and there is
Do something unique.
Right. There's an opportunity to do something unique with things that entered public domain.
I'm picturing the Winnie the Pooh 100 Acre Wood gang, like doing a bank robbery
Ooh,
Like a heist film.
heist film.
That could be fun.
Turns out Eeyore was actually
was gonna say they're getting
undercover
yeah.
cop or something. I don't know.
Or I think
It all
I get
goes
behind
wrong.
that.
Didn't you pitch the Steamboat Willie John Wick movie?
I don't think that was me. I pitched Steamboat Willie, but it's like Ted.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Steamboat Willie's
Yeah.
just this grown-up
No,
stoner.
you just did the Mickey Mouse. I'm thinking I'm back voice.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, love it.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, thumbs down on that.
Yeah, thumbs down.
If that wasn't clear from the conversation, looks terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so I can't.
Not my
You can
cup.
thumbs down it
No,
safely.
no. That's not fair. That's not fair to the artists that created that.
that you didn't care to open their trailer.
I think it's fair though that it doesn't even elicit a response from me because I think it's such a waste of time.
Yes.
Fair.
So-
That is fair.
Christopher Robin's younger than the animals too by like
Oh yeah.
what seems like 50 years, which is weird.
Don't
Any
understand it.
Hoosers.
But maybe it would make more sense if we watched the first one. Maybe there's some explanation in there. No, you don't think so?
I think we know how the first one ends from this trailer
Oh yeah.
because he comes up out of the ground.
I'm
Yeah.
sure Eeyore's house falls over. He
Well,
loses his tail.
isn't Eeyore dead in the first one? I don't know.
I don't know.
There's like a whole thing about this. These movies
gets
get way
stuck
more
in-
press than they should.
Yeah.
Like
Pooh's gonna get stuck in Rabbit's door because he ate all the honey trying to kill a dude.
What I'm hearing here is there's an opportunity for us to make a better Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but we have an opportunity.
Oh bother! I'm thinking I'm back.
I actually like that way more than I think I would.
Thank you, Luke, for blessing us with that.
You're welcome. How was my Winnie the Pooh voice?
Luke can just ADR it.
Actually, pretty good.
Because I haven't watched anything Pooh related maybe since I was 5. I don't honestly remember.
It's actually pretty good. I
So,
approve.
I'm glad I could.
I approve.
I'm glad I could know it.
Any other new trailers? It was a pretty light week actually for.
We got the trailer for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes,
I
we
didn't say
did.
that well, but
Thumbs up here for me.
Yeah, this looked good.
I think this looks awesome.
yep. Guy Ritchie's back to form. It looks like. Not that the Covenant was bad. It's just it wasn't really in his style of movie making.
Yeah.
This looks so awesome.
It does. Dana watched this trailer, and I don't know if it's just like the hunky men or what. She's like, I think I need to watch a Guy Ritchie movie, like to see if I can handle this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what should we watch?
Well, you haven't seen the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Yeah, she's seen those though. But I guess I could watch them. I suppose. I don't know.
Just watch Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
That was kind of the one I
way
was
back.
leaning towards. That or Snatch.
Yeah.
But
This looks awesome though.
yeah, it looks fantastic. I listened to a podcast about this little gang that started Black Ops, and it's such a fun story. And yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Plus, I love the meme of it's Dave Bautista wearing glasses from Blade
dude,
Runner,
yes.
and then it's the dude from Oppenheimer, Safdie, where it's like until somebody builds a bigger bomb, but instead it says until there's a bigger guy wearing smaller glasses.
Yeah.
It shows Alan Richardson wearing tiny little glasses. Oh, what a great meme!
This is a fantastic meme.
Yeah.
I approve.
Very here for I think this just looks like it
Looks
it
super
checks all the
violent.
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, you and your violence.
It checks all the boxes. I just think it looks like so much fun.
Yeah. I think it'll be funny too. Plus, it looks like a little unhinged Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's like laughing with the machine gun, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know that I've ever seen him do anything like that.
Yeah. What's the most we've ever gotten out of Henry Cavill? Like
the
that.
mustacheless, it winds like a river scene.
No.
I don't actually know.
I mean, he had his villainous turn in,
Fallout.
Oh yeah,
Fallout.
he did do that.
but it wasn't like
No.
mustache twirling.
Yeah, it wasn't like over the top at
He
all.
gets a little over the top in that final fight
Mm-hmm.
when he's like missing half of his face after it being like
Yeah, from
scraping
the-
down the rock, and I think it got caught on fire or something.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a little unhinged there, but
Such a good movie.
it still feels very a part of the film, and not
Yeah, but this is just.
yeah. It's weird, but cool.
It was a series of a bunch of tiny little baby teaser trailers. Netflix put out their little 2024 sizzler. And had like Squid Game season 2 stuff, and well, that's really the only thing I remember because this Cobra Kai was in it for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw their little
That's right.
thing.
So there's some good stuff that I'm looking forward to with Netflix.
Ironically, I wore my Cobra Kai socks today.
Ooh,
Yeah. Didn't know that was coming out today though.
I just want to know, like, there was nothing for Arcane in it, and I know we got the teaser trailer for it already, but I feel like they just never acknowledge that show exists, and it's one of their best shows, and it's a little frustrating.
It's not an original IP for them, so
There's-
not that Cobra Kai.
Here's
is.
Cobra Kai.
Guess.
But
No, I don't know. It is weird. I agree.
take these shoes off, stink up the room with my feet.
Ooh, Luke,
Love that.
Getting his shoes off.
Dude,
It's getting comfy.
I cannot do this in shoes. I know you guys are both wearing shoes. I have to take mine off, but I'll eventually have my feet up on the couch and be sitting crisscross applesauce style. So
My feet are incredibly sore from playing, like going a little too hard in dodgeball last night.
that's an okay
And
reason,
so
I think.
the shoes offer some emotional support.
Did you wreck some kids?
I did.
Nice.
Actually,
Proud of you.
I
Let those kids know what's up.
I wrecked kids and then I wrecked. I'm just sore everywhere.
I still have a dodgeball injury from going too hard in dodgeball at senior high camp.
Oh dang!
We won, so it's
And that-
worth it.
That's all that matters.
Got the T-shirt to prove it, but my
All that
shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Do you think the mic picked that up?
Sounds awful.
Can't do it at that angle, but see, I'm going crisscross.
Already.
So much better.
See?
Didn't take him but 2 minutes.
Crisscross.
All right, cool. Well, if there's no other trailers, we can talk about the trailers that were presented, the games that were presented at Sony's State of Play. Luke, I think you kind of have all these written down.
I don't have all of them written down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We don't have to talk
majority
about all
of it,
But
right?
I have a I really only written down the things that I care about or I think other people care about.
Well, what do you think we care about? Start us off.
Hello Divers was
Yeah.
the first thing.
Yeah,
Helldivers.
Helldivers 2.
Yeah, and that was more of like a commercial than anything. I mean, the game comes out this week, right? Like,
Yeah.
they don't really need to do a whole lot for it.
Just remind people that it's coming out.
And they've had a pretty natural... I really like this, actually. They've had a really natural cadence that every Tuesday they put out some new marketing material for it, whether that's an update on the game modes or, you know, hey, this is how our games as a service aspects will work, which I'm glad... Brett, we talked about this a long time ago, and we talked about how Halo's Battle Pass system is one that I hope, you know, more game studios will pick up on and use. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
The other thing they're doing, all of your premium currencies are earnable in your missions. It's not through like a Battle Pass, it's through finding it in the world, which I think is kind of different and neat, and I'm interested to see kind of what that gain rate looks like. Because if it's, you know, you're getting a 1 per match, that's really not going to move the needle.
Right.
But if you're getting, say, 10 per match, then it's like, okay, like, I can buy some stuff with this. Or
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. But the big thing they announced was that mechs will be joining the game. I did not play Helldivers 1. I won't pretend that I did. But I've seen a lot of people discuss just that mechs were so cool in the first one. And they were really concerned that they weren't going to be in the second one. And they are. So... big win for Helldivers 1 fans. For me, who has no idea what that really means.
Sounds like you're just in for a treat.
I'm just in for a treat. Yeah, I'm along for the ride. I'm really excited for this game. The more I've seen from it, the more previews I've seen or read about, this just sounds like something that's really fun. And, you know, drop in, drop out kind of works for me. So, really looking forward to this. Yeah.
Cool.
PS5, PC exclusive. And I know a lot of people buying it, so really looking forward to spending some time on there this weekend.
Very nice. The thing that kicked off the show was Stellar Blade. And I think it looks like a super interesting world, and I think the visuals look really nice. I think it looks fun to play. I just thought it was funny how throughout their little spiel, like there's this voiceover telling you all the things you can do, and it's like, go buy and upgrade your equipment and craft stuff and find these spots and
Take a nap.
by the fire. Go on missions and choose to help your allies or not. And it's like, this is how video games work. Like,
Yeah.
for the past 15 years,
You're
this
not-
has been the standard for games. It's an
Yeah.
open world action RPG.
Yep. It's not giving you anything new. Yeah, like I'm glad you brought that up because the way I would describe it is like I do think this game looks interesting. I don't think it's something that I would play, but it looks interesting. But it didn't show well.
Yeah.
And it was gonna go back to that, in that this voiceover thing was just weird. Like, it's not really doing anything for me. It's not telling me anything I've not seen before. But I agree with you, Luke. I think the world that this game is kind of building looks interesting.
It's like, look at these skill trees. And it's like, yeah, every game has skill trees now. I get it. I
Dude,
get
even
it.
Apex Legends is adding skill trees.
Right.
Like, what? Everybody has it. Yeah. No, this was kind of...
But for me, I think it's going to be kind of review dependent. if people are like, hey, this game is a lot of fun, I might check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it comes out and everybody's like, this is amazing, okay, I might kick the tires, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the itches it would scratch for me are what Final Fantasy VII does. So I just don't know that I would really need to spend that time. So
Yeah. Cool.
Next is something personally that I... Sorry, earphone listeners.
Luke's assaulting the microphone.
I mean, it's right here.
he's in his Stellar Blade.
It's next thing is something I personally don't really care about, and that's the Sonic Shadow game.
Yeah. New Sonic game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah, I've never been a Sonic person. Most I've played Sonic was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Sonic is one of those properties that I don't know how much they feel like they need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Even though they just did like a year ago.
Oh, with the
Frontiers or whatever.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like...
The weird thing about this game is it came out, I think, on the 360s, like 360 PS3 era.
Mm-hmm.
On the Xbox One and forward, it upscales to 60 FPS and 4K. So like a remake of this doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
Is it a remake?
Yeah, it's a remake with an added Shadow campaign.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't really care about it.
It's
This is a weird decision.
a weird decision, for sure.
What's up next?
Silent Hill, The Short Message, and I'll just include this at the same time, Silent Hill 2.
So I'm glad you're including both of these. I have heard that The Short Message is not good.
I saw it on Open Critic at like 51 or something.
I saw somebody gave it a 3 out of 10 somewhere.
Oof. It's free.
Yeah, but I think this lends itself to a different conversation though, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. Mostly you and I were going back and forth on this, but Silent Hill is not like Silent Hill 2, the remaster or whatever, looks awful. Like graphically, it just looks so bad.
It is a remaster, Luke.
I wasn't sure.
We were talking about it because it doesn't have.
It looks bad.
I just watched the trailer before the show started, and Luke was like, "Is it?" Well, it had been labeled in GameSpot's little chapter as Silent Hill 2 remaster or remake, but there's none of that in the marketing in the trailer itself.
Yeah, it just said Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2, and so
I've never played a Silent Hill game.
I was
never
like,
will.
but it kind of does. To your point, and to the point of, like, it looks like it's a prettied up version of a
old game.
It does look like that because
Here's my problem though, and I'm not a Silent Hill like truther, so don't come at me if you are. But like,
how dare you?
The problem with this is like, if you're gonna market this, you're really only gonna get the hardcore fans because Resident Evil is doing this at a way higher level.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2, like I've played it, phenomenal. Never beat it because it's not my real cup of tea.
Yeah.
But like it is phenomenal to play. Like it feels great. It looks better.
All of the Resident Evil remakes been up for Game of the Year?
Yeah,
pretty much.
They're awesome. Yeah. They're awesome games. And then you have this. They're like, we haven't shown you Silent Hill in forever. Here's a free game, which by the way looks way better than the remaster, remake, whatever they're calling this thing. And then they show Silent Hill 2, and I'm like, oh no. Like, you see if you can use the RE engine. Like, just do it there.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like, this is... if I'm a Silent Hill fan, I can't imagine that this trailer really excited you other than you get to play it again, I guess. But, like, they're not doing anything that makes you be excited. Like, when RE2, RE4, RE3, when those remakes were announced and they showed those first trailers, like... It was insane.
Yeah.
Graphically, you're like, whoa, this is almost like it feels like a different game.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a PS2 game.
Wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look much better. I mean, maybe it's colored a little better. I don't know, man. I've seen some games journalists kind of ask the question, is Silent Hill cooked? I might say yes. I don't know, man. This isn't doing much for me.
What was the last Silent Hill property.
PT.
We got PT. Oh gosh, and that had a whole thing with it.
That was Silent Hill?
Yeah.
I watched the video of it on YouTube, and it was scary. So
All
I
right,
didn't
well,
watch any
moving
more.
on. What's next, Luke?
Judas.
Bioshock 4.
Oh, this isn't the Betray Jesus game? Shoot. I
This
must have watched a different trailer.
This is the next
This isn't the Lady
evolution.
Gaga music video.
This is the next evolution of Bioshock, baby.
Yeah.
We went from the sea to the sky, now to space.
Do you think it's going to be revealed it's a Bioshock game?
I don't know if they can.
Because it's just the guy who made Bioshock.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
not
so.
the same
I don't think he can.
company.
I don't think it's.
Yeah, this is his own studio now.
Okay.
Ghost
Yeah.
Story Games or whatever. But I mean, it looks just like Bioshock, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah. No, I think this looks as someone who's a light BioShock fan. I'm not like a hardcore BioShock fan. I really enjoy the aesthetics around it. That's kind of what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Even when we were watching the trailer, when it first started, I was like, Luke, was this the surely this isn't the We Happy Few? Because they,
Their game looks cool. I remember that one, yeah.
That one, I think, took a lot of that aesthetic from BioShock.
Yeah.
At least in terms of character and some of how things
Setting
moved
and things like that.
And this still has that feel. And Luke reminded me that it was the BioShock dev. But yeah, not terribly sold on, what this game is in terms of gameplay and whatnot.
Was this exclusive? Are all these exclusive?
I don't think this is.
I don't know. It would surprise me if this one is. At least I don't remember their studio getting picked up or making an exclusive deal with Sony. But yeah, no, I think that this is a cool next, quote unquote, unofficial next chapter, kind of BioShocky vibes type of thing. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks fun.
The trailer didn't wow me, but it was also like, oh, cool, like intriguing.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the same boat with BioShock. I'm kind of a BioShock light fan, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I am excited to try this. I do think I think it looks like it has enough of that DNA.
Yeah.
That I'll be ultimately kind of roped into trying it.
Yeah. BioShock had a good marriage of unique setting with not an overly complicated, but kind of a twisty storyline. Like the writing was good.
Yep.
And the mechanics were good enough.
Yep.
I wouldn't, even replaying Infinite a year ago, I was like, oh, like, this doesn't feel great.
It's not like a game of the year winner kind of game.
No, but I think if you can kind of get good enough gameplay with a really unique aesthetic and then a good writing with kind of a twisty thing to it, that's that works just as well as a really good gameplay game.
Yeah.
That has a crappy story or uninteresting location, but it's fun to play. Like, different things can hook you.
Yeah.
So, be curious to see what that is for this one.
If you guys are BioShock Light fans, what am I? Because I only played Infinite.
Did you like it?
Yes.
You're a BioShock
Light fan.
then I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd land there. I didn't play BioShock 2. I played BioShock and BioShock Infinite.
I played like part of BioShock 2 and was like, this isn't as good.
I think that one was made by a different
It
studio
was.
too. Yeah.
System Shock made that one.
System Shock.
What's up next?
Dragon's Dogma 2.
I actually think this looks interesting.
It's not my kind of a game, but
Is this multiplayer?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
I think it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see
yeah.
more though.
There's an interest there. Well, it comes out like 2 weeks.
I know
2
it's
months,
in
doesn't it?
March, but I when I say I need to see more, I don't mean I need to see more marketing. It's I need to go look at it
Yeah.
and say,
Sure,
hey,
sure.
look, is this something I really want to invest that time into? Because it looks cool. Like I run around and be a wizard with my friends. Heck yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Fresh off that, Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
being in this genre is kind of probably a little scary for these devs, but
all of these companies making these high fantasy RPGs or saw that game come out and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah, like did you see the Avowed devs are like, yeah, we're trying to make the combat better.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like panicking, right?
It definitely.
We got to make sure our combat lives up to this turn-based game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, imagine that.
I will say, while we're talking on Avowed, I think this looks miles ahead of Avowed, in terms of just overall gameplay. It looks more fun.
It definitely looks like it knows what it wants to be.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you look at games like Avowed and we talked about this, but like they're talking about player choice and choice in combat. It's really hard to balance a game for all those kinds of things. And this does not feel like you get to probably choose your class and you have certain things, but like it's a big old hack and slash game.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So like here's a thing with 15 million hit points. Good luck. Go attack it however you want.
I'll punch it.
Whereas Avowed really does, it feels not as polished. It's weird. Maybe not weird. It's Bethesda, so yeah.
It's very, very true. I don't remember when it all happened, but there's a bunch of VR stuff. We're skipping that.
Oh, there's the Metro VR
The
thing.
Metro VR thing.
Metro Exodus!
Yeah.
VR.
Metro something or other.
I don't know. I enjoyed Exodus for as much as I played it.
I think the Metro games are cool. That's another game with a cool setting.
Yeah.
And an interesting
really
story.
Unique. Yeah.
But I think that's a game where the lacking portion is the gameplay.
Yeah.
Because like story and setting, big thumbs up.
Yeah.
I own all 3 of them. I've not been able to get through them because the gameplay is just, it's rough, man. It's rough, yeah.
Imagine it in VR.
Ooh. Yeah.
So what's next?
Rise of the Ronin.
I'll
start. I think this looks cool. But Ghost of Tsushima is there too, and it just doesn't look like it's gonna hold up to what that was. And so I don't think it's gonna hit because it's not gonna be able to compare to that. And there's other things in it that I'm just like, why would you add that in? Like the grappling hook and the glider.
You know what this reminded me of more than
Sekiro?
even no. This to me felt like an Arkham game. Fly around, grapple around, fight some guys, hop in a hole. Like it's all about movement. I mean, not obviously not everything, and not necessarily the combat. So much as like, hey, here's this big city. Go grapple and launch, and then use your glider, and then land on a horse, and instead of landing in the Batmobile or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
But it just doesn't look as interesting.
And it doesn't look like it plays as well either.
Yeah, I think it's also super weird. Like, felt like they were going for a realistic Japanese game.
A realistic combat system with completely unrealistic movement.
Yeah, like I'm gonna throw the grapple. I'm just gonna launch myself. Like, okay, and I'm gonna pull out I know because video games, but I'm just gonna pull out this glider. It's like, pretty sure those weren't around yet. Maybe I'm just nitpicking at this point.
But it looks like he's trying to do things that other games have done so much better, whether that be Batman or Tsushima, right? And
every freaking game has a glider or a grappling hook now. This one added both.
And so you have to do something to make your game stand apart. And I guess from this trailer, I didn't see what makes it stand apart from games that have done these other things mechanically. Maybe it's the story, and I just didn't get enough of that in this trailer, but it was kind of a meh for me.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all. I thought, when Rise of the Ronin was kind of starting to get into its marketing phase, I was like, okay, cool. Another Japanese game. Kind of looking forward to seeing what this is. And I knew it was Team Ninja, and I had played only one other Team Ninja game, and I didn't like it. That was Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Came to Game Pass last year. Booted it up because I'd heard, Team Ninja's good, and I was like, all right, cool, I want to check this out.
What else have they made?
I don't know.
I'm just sitting here like, if Ghost of Tsushima 2 would have been announced in the same state of play, what would have the thoughts been towards this game?
Hyrule Warriors, Dead or Alive 3, Metroid Other M, Ninja Gaiden, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh, it's the Fire Emblem team. Gotcha.
Ninja Gaiden's probably the most. Neo 2. The Dead or Alive fighters. Neo's super popular, but yeah, like I'd played Wolong. Didn't really like it. It just didn't jive with the gameplay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if the gameplay looks better, maybe. And the gameplay looks the same as Wolong to me.
Mm-hmm.
A little cleaned up, obviously, because it's newer. But it's just really not doing it for me. But I did go buy Ghost of Tsushima this weekend. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, like, I don't know. I feel like this is a good time to bring this up because I've kind of been thinking on this. I think this game, Rise of the Ronin, and Assassin's Creed Red are both going to have a major issue in that they're going to be compared to Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, absolutely.
Ghost of Tsushima is kind of on... I think when I reviewed it, I think my exact words are, this is what Assassin's Creed wishes it could do with their kind of bigger model.
Yeah.
And I think both of those games will have trouble because of Ghost of Tsushima. And that's unfortunate because I'm sure, both of them will be good in their own right in some form or fashion, but they will always be compared to
one of the best games ever.
Yeah. And it's it's just like you if you want to put it into movies, it's just like any Batman movie will now be compared to The Dark Knight. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
Like when somebody strikes gold, that becomes the standard. And Ghost of Tsushima has, a sequel coming that I don't know how this has not been confirmed yet, but that once that game is announced, people are going to be moving out of the way for it. They're going to be like, yeah, we don't want to be near that because it's going to be the biggest game at that time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which can be said about a lot of PlayStation exclusives, let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to JT a little bit about Ghost of Tsushima last night, and we were saying, like, if it had come out any other year, it probably wins Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy, man.
I don't really care about this, but I thought it was interesting because they just announced the movie for it too, and it's an Until Dawn remaster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why that needs a remaster.
Because
so they can get
Sony,
people ready for the movie.
I guess that's true.
Because Sony, they're in
Sony
the
has
remaster remake phase, man.
They have gotten so bad.
They double and triple dip on their properties. It's working for them. People keep buying it.
Sorry, don't let me talk. I'll go on some anti-capitalistic rant.
I don't care. I'm just gonna sit here. It's only 8:35. We have plenty of time. Go for it.
No, it's just when you're the big dog, right? Like, you get to make those unpopular, quote unquote, business decisions because you can get away with it.
Or if you're the not big dog, you can make some unpopular business decisions.
Ooh, what a
We'll
tease.
talk about that later.
We will talk about that, but like.
But yeah, you're right. Xbox, when they came out of the 360 era, did the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Buy the Kinect.
Look, not every game needs a remake, man.
No.
Like, I don't think maybe I'm way off. Maybe Until Dawn has, like, this huge fan base that I'm not aware of. But, like...
Don't know.
It just feels like it's corporate synergistic because a movie was announced.
Listen, I hadn't heard about this game until Sandberg was announced for the movie.
Yeah. Anyways.
We'll see what happens.
On to the next thing.
The next thing, and the best thing, in my opinion. Death Stranding 2 got a 10-minute trailer. And it was glorious. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Coming out in 2025. Just 10 minutes of Kojima craziness.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sequel to maybe my favorite game.
I saw a puppet.
Dude, that puppet freaked me out.
Yeah, because
it's stop motion.
Yeah, he did it. He was like, I dropped the frames to make it look like stop motion.
Super
like,
creepy.
That's so sick.
It was very creepy. And then it does changes its face to look even creepier.
And then you have the little hands on what's her name?
Yeah.
Oh, the mask
character.
and then
that they like do things.
Only
Dude,
Kojima.
that was sick.
Only Kojima, man.
I was telling Brett because we were watching. I was like, Kojima can just put anything into this game, and it just feels like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, what's his gun? It's an electric guitar that shoots lightning. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
And then he's swinging it around like a battle axe. It's like that actually makes
It fits,
sense.
yeah. And dude, Troy Baker's character looks so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. I'm excited too, like that this got a 2025 release date because I'll have time to beat the first one.
Yeah.
That's just a really refreshing feeling.
Oh, maybe I'll have time to beat it too.
You won't beat it. I was a little nervous.
Is it going to be on the list before Control? Before Alan Wake 2?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Where is it on there? Third? Or Ghosts? Is that?
If I'm in the living room, it bumps up higher. If I'm down here, it obviously gets lower.
Yeah, no, PlayStation.
Those FPS games just
What happens
take
when
you away.
He's a party gamer.
Yeah.
Or, no, a social gamer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this
I'm not
Death
much of a
Stranding
any gamer right now.
Death Stranding
Yeah, you
2
make a
trailer
movie.
was so awesome though.
Dude, and
I don't feel like it really spoiled anything for me.
Oh no.
Mostly because
if
I
anything
don't know what
else-
the hell's going on.
If anything else, it made me have more questions, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Which is great, I think.
guess what? I played the entire first game, loved it. I still got a bunch of questions.
Yeah. No, and I think that's what's awesome. Game's beautiful, as expected. Kojima always finds ways to push technology in the right direction.
Yep.
Death Stranding 1, Ghost of Tsushima, and Red Dead Redemption 2 are the 3 prettiest games ever made.
Yeah.
And all those games are over 5 years old. 4 or 5 years old. Just
Yeah.
kind of makes you wonder, like, what's going
Yeah,
on.
but
video game
Suicide
making right now.
Squad Kills Justice League came out this week, so like.
Okay, the character models in that game look really good.
They
I haven't
do,
played
actually,
it.
yeah.
They look amazing.
Yeah. They look great.
But personally, when I see Metropolis, I don't really get moved.
It's a pretty generic Metropolis,
Yeah, it's like,
unfortunately.
oh, it's
Anyways,
just
sorry,
city.
we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's review this
Joke,
game. that
joke
none of us played.
inserted. And then there was the announcement that he's working on a
Action espionage game.
game/movie
Yep. Fizzant.
It's a game.
that blurs the line between games and film, is what he said.
And they're also on the Columbia Studios
Studio
a lot.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, we've talked about this a little bit with my struggle with Death Stranding. Is just how
It's a
long
lot of
some
watching.
of those cutscenes
Yeah.
are, and for someone who really appreciates movies, right? Like, it's weird that that's a problem for me.
Well, because you're there to
yeah.
play a game.
But I
not
think
watch
it
a
is.
game.
I think
Yeah.
I'm there. Like I can't get that out of my head.
Let's also be completely honest. When you're playing Death Stranding, what are you doing? Most of the time, you're just walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going forward and you're holding the triggers not to fall over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the game, it's not that hard because you're not carrying as much.
Yeah.
And there's not combat yet. So like the beginning of that game is super slow.
Yeah.
But that is one of my favorite parts about it. I think I bring it up a lot. It's like it's your first little mission walking back to the hideout and the low roar music comes on and I was just like, "Oh, I'm going to love this." Okay.
I think I texted you when I
This
got to
is
that moment.
amazing. I listen to the music from that game all the time. It is one of my favorite soundtracks. The low roar stuff and Ludwig Forsel's music.
Yeah, did either of you guys play the Metal Gear games?
I played 5 for a bit,
Okay.
and I kind of felt lost, and it was super weird, and I was just like, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't like it.
It was
Yeah.
on Game Pass, so
Yeah.
I took Games with Gold, so
Yeah.
technically I still own it.
Yeah.
I should probably
So I grew up on the Metal Gear franchise. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty is one of my favorite games I've ever played. but that's when I stopped playing them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play 3, so I'm really excited for the remake of that. But when he announced, hey, I'm coming back, it's my anniversary, I'm going to do a tactical espionage game,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, for half a second, I was like, are they going to let him make a Metal Gear? Is this going to happen again? Because I would crap myself if he did that. And I'm really excited for this. I don't know what it's going to be, but I will say this, just about Kojima as a whole. I'm kind of tired of him getting like 15 minutes of everything he's a part of.
I don't disagree with
I'm
that take.
sick of everything he announces is, we're going to have the style and flair of Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, we get it. You love movies, but like every project you announce has the same flair. So you say the same 6 things you're going to do in them. You make great games. Everybody knows it. You don't have to tell us how you're going to do the next thing. We just want to see it.
Yeah.
Just put it out. We're going to play it. Everybody's going to be rushing to their store to play it.
It's a little bit like Elder Scrolls 6 announcement. Right? Like, okay, yeah, we know it's Elder Scrolls, and it's so far away. Like the beauty with the flip thing there is Elder Scrolls 6 announcement is a 15-second trailer or teaser, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Fizzant or whatever.
Yeah, it's a much longer presentation tacked onto something where he's already been talking for.
And I'm cool with a 10-minute trailer for Death Stranding. That's fine.
That we're getting to see the game.
Yeah.
I do think it's just not. I don't think it's just him. I think like OD was the big thing.
It's Sony and Microsoft. They're leveraging.
Yeah, they love Hideo. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's
For
Xbox going, hey, this guy that's been pretty much Sony exclusive for the past 15 years, we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sony going,
We still got him.
we still got him.
Yep.
I don't think Kojima would have said anything about Fizzant.
No. But also, Fizzant's a PS6 title. There's no way that comes out. That's the other thing.
He said they weren't working on it until Death Stranding 2 is done.
Yeah.
Which comes out
25.
Probably next winter.
14, 16 months,
Yeah.
give or take. Oh, wait, forgot to include a delay. 18 months.
Yeah, I was going to say
19 months.
probably fall next year.
Yeah.
At the earliest.
At the earliest.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you just launched a PS6 launch title. We won't know anything about it for 4 years, but hey, you launched it.
Yeah, and I think what's weird with Kojima is that I do feel like he is the one guy who can make
his output
those
is
crazy
crazy.
kind of claims and stick to it. Anyone else makes these kinds of claims about bridging the video game and movie industry, I'm like, that is complete BS.
But he can do
like,
it.
it's not going to happen. It will get scaled back. But with him, I'm like, no, he'll probably figure it out.
No, he will. And
I don't know how, but like
the other thing too,
the man cooks.
Him.
He is on the Stephen King level of output when it comes to video games too. His ability to turn things around and get them out onto the streets is insane.
You know what
at the level of the games he's making too, it's crazy.
You know what I think it is? I think it's
he works for himself.
He's not having Sony or Microsoft or a marketing department question his every decision and market research and test things and be like, okay, how are we gonna get this to appeal to the widest audience possible?
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
He don't care.
Yeah.
He does not care.
He makes what he wants to make.
Yeah.
But let's think, like, I saw this thing that was kind of breaking down. So he's got a documentary coming to Disney Plus that he did. He's got the Death Stranding movie. He has OD. He has Death Stranding 2, and he has Fizzant.
Yeah.
He has 5 projects in the works right now that we know of.
Right.
Dude's busier than Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's insane. Insane.
Meanwhile, I struggle to just go to work every day.
Sounds like you're in the wrong line of work.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Some more. It's 'cause
You
I'm-
do what you love. You're not working a day in
You'll
your
never
life.
work
Is
it,
that
yeah.
right?
Bro, I love accounting.
So I try to tell myself that too, so I'll just keep working.
I love accounting so much.
So overall, how do we feel about this state of play?
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was solid.
My biggest issue, the quality of their stream was pitiful.
Like the buffering and stuff, or what?
It was going at like 480 or 720p. And so a lot of these games were being shown. I'm like, this does not look good.
Mm.
And then later I see it on Twitter and YouTube, and I'm like, that is not what I saw. So just get your, I don't know, quality assurance people and figure out how to stream it 1080.
I thought this was a solid state of play. I thought they did a really good job. They've not done a good job of this in the past, but I thought for this one they did a good job of setting expectations. Hey, we're going to show you these two main things, and then we'll have some surprises for you.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a good job of that.
They also very specifically said, hey, February 6th.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Or yesterday, depending on when this comes out. There's going to be another state of play, which is pretty much just Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah. And I'm kind of shocked by that. I don't know that you really need to show anymore. Final Fantasy fans, I think with the first one, they're like, yeah, I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
After you beat the first one, it's like, yeah, I don't know what this is anymore.
Well, there's also a demo launching.
Oh, that's right. They do a launch demos for Final Fantasy. And I think you can keep your progress, which is kind of awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
I think the demo might already be live.
I'm going to have to go
I
check.
saw something on Twitter that was like, the demo's already
I think
out,
this
what?
was pretty much on par with Xbox's showcase. I think you're right. They did a good job of setting expectations. I think they delivered on the big things they needed to deliver on. There were a few things in there that were like, okay, but like, there's probably an audience for Sonic.
Did they announce
the
anything
VR
for
stuff.
the fall? Did they announce any games for the fall?
I don't know. But like a lot of theirs were coming out here in the next couple months.
I was going to say, like, the big ones were all in March. But, like, I think the big question I had is what's coming out this fall for PlayStation. And I don't really think they answered any of that.
No, but they showed us
Elden
something
Ring
that's
DLC?
coming out in 20 months.
Well, that, yeah. And 20 years.
And, yeah.
Fizzing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was solid. I just don't know. Because, like, you have Dragon's Dogma's in March. Rise of the Ronin's in March. Stellar Blade is, like, April, I think, isn't it?
I think so. Short message is out now!
Yeah. Stealth Drop in a free game. Sick.
Good for them.
But, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got
Sweet.
plenty to play on my PlayStation until then.
Yeah, right. All right.
Yeah. Dude, Baldur's Gate is enough.
Move on over to some news.
Snooze.
Snoosh. We're going to talk about the Grammys right now. I don't care about the Grammys. Congrats to all the Grammy winners.
Good job at what you do. Oh, actually, I do want to mention something about the Grammys. Jedi Survivor won Best Soundtrack.
Oh, Best Soundtrack.
Which is awesome. Well deserved. Just honestly an underrated game all around from the year. Like, nobody really talked about it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the forgotten ones.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep.
Is it just game specific soundtrack category, or is it?
Maybe.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know they had that.
I think they added video games recently because, like, there was movie and
Makes sense.
TV and stuff.
Makes sense.
But yeah, other than that, I don't care about the Grammys.
Okay, cool. So Universal is like all in on this next Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, I saw they have a director.
Already are like, we have a director, David Leitch.
Yeah.
And we're aiming for a July 2nd, 2025 release date.
Good Lord.
Congratulations to them for that.
I don't know how you make that movie happen that fast. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's in 15 months.
Yeah.
They got this.
No, it's January.
They're having Sony.
It's in 18
They must be having Sony produce it.
Probably.
Sony moves it, turns around those Spider-Man movies so fast.
And they're terrible.
I'm not disagreeing.
That's right. You hate the Jurassic World movies.
Set your expectations accordingly.
Yeah, this I went from slightly more optimistic about it because of who they have as a writer, which is the writer of the first two Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic Park and The Lost World, to now I'm very concerned.
David Leitch is such an interesting choice, based, I think, on just what he's good at.
Yeah.
which is, fun action stuff like
Right.
John Wick and Bullet Train and Deadpool 2. Like, none of those movies are bad.
No.
I think the argument you could make that one of them was bad would be Bullet Train. And for what I can tell, most people had a blast with that movie.
I think that was awesome.
Go ahead.
Jurassic World fell in the world movies went more into the action genre. So I think it's interesting that they're sticking there.
They're gonna keep pushing.
More like
way.
doubling down.
Yeah.
Yes. It mostly because Jurassic Park 2 has a single kind of action-y sequence, which is the
Back at the city.
Oh, I guess maybe 2. Well, that's more, but I don't know. I think that's more of a. I mean, there's a chase. There's a chase in there. I was thinking the fighting the Velociraptors with gymnastics is kind of the only action-y.
Forgot about that. Wow. Thank you.
Scene in that movie. I guess I don't see how these things all come together to make sense. I do think you're right. David Leitch makes sense from an action director perspective. Jurassic Park action is not Bullet Train action, though.
Until it is.
I'm curious. They've always leaned into the government-controlled dinosaurs. What if we fully went there, and it's just bad military guys being wiped out by dinosaurs?
The franchise then the franchise is dead to me.
The controllers on them or whatever get turned off, and they're like, oh, they're not controls anymore?
Did you see some of the early Jurassic World pitches?
Nope.
Dinosaur-human hybrids.
Oh, heck yeah, baby. Let's get weird. It's going to be a dude trapped on, a test island by himself, and all the dinosaurs are going to be after him, and
How
he's
do
going to have to survive.
you feel, Brett, that another franchise you love has just gone down the toilet? Star Wars is obviously dead. You hate that now.
Hate it, absolutely.
Jurassic Park is terrible. Alien movies haven't been good.
Isn't there an Alien movie coming out this year?
I have liked the Alien movies. I even liked Covenant. I don't think it's the best Alien. I don't think it's...
Your precious Fast and Furious has just gone down the toilet.
I can't believe what they did to Fast and Furious. It was
now
all
we
about
now we know what
family.
David Leitch is doing.
They did
He's
Space Jam.
Yeah, dude.
took
You
that
love
down.
the first Space Jam, and you're like, yeah, Space Jam 2, finally.
I want to have hope for this Jurassic World movie, and I will obviously reserve judgment until it actually comes out. But
I'm gonna love it no matter what, just to spite you.
It's
gonna be like, this is
gonna
the best movie of the year.
It's
like
gonna be,
what you like.
It's gonna be a
No
Velociraptor
shame.
saying, "I'm thinking I'm back," and it's gonna get real rowdy. Blue's gonna have to survive.
As long as it's
on her
fighting the CG version of Carl Weathers.
We need a
Then
giant.
Not anymore.
Oh,
No. That won't happen now.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why would Carl Weathers show up
Why not?
now in the
Why not?
Jurassic
Because
Park
because it's
franchise?
Carl Weathers.
it's gonna be a CG platypus.
Ooh.
Giant platypus. It's gonna fight everything.
How about this?
Oh, the Freddy Krueger dinosaur.
Yeah, the pimp slap dinosaur.
Yeah, we can make him the John Wick of this
And
new
the
franchise.
Edward Scissorhands dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Edward Scissorhand was a misunderstood person. Freddy Krueger is a monster. This dinosaur is a monster.
Well, we don't know that. He just
We
pimp
don't
slapped
know
that
that.
deer and then didn't eat
That
it.
deer was doing nothing, and he went up and just went, "Bwah!"
Well, he's trying to get somewhere.
Just don't do that to a person.
Well, it's a deer. It's not a person.
Just don't do that to a deer. That's so rude. Monster.
I've hit a deer with a car. Does that make me a monster?
Yeah, you freaking animal! How dare you? What if they just did kind of the thing we've been wondering about? Dinosaurs are in the world now. People are hiding.
I don't.
Like,
I
just
would
trying
like
to
that
survive.
more than anything else.
I
we've
don't
brought
know
up
why
tonight.
you hired David Leitch to make that movie.
Well,
Maybe David Leitch is looking to shake off the action movie cobwebs. He's like, look, I've done nothing but the same movie the last 4 movies I made,
Hey.
so I need something a little different.
Okay.
Let's go into monster horror with dinosaurs.
All
There
right.
you go.
Hey, prove me wrong.
I mean, I don't have to prove you wrong because I'm not making it. So you should send a message to David Leitch and say, hey, prove me wrong that I think you suck for this movie. Prove me wrong.
I did that. I did not. Words are being put into my mouth.
How would you feel if somebody did that to you? Be like, hey, prove me wrong, mother. Or I'll F you up.
Yeah, if you got hired for a job and then the first thing is somebody being
look.
prove me wrong.
If I ever get hired for any job in Hollywood, I 100% expect people to be like, who is this guy and why would they ever hire him?
Well, I'm
and
assuming
he's a terrible decision.
I'm assuming you've made 2 John Wick movies, a
As Luke
high-speed
told
bullet
me, as Luke
train movie, and
passionately
a Deadpool
told
2
me
movie.
the other day, welcome to the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
See, the problem is it's gonna be me messaging you.
Yeah.
Like, you freaking idiot! You
Prove
better
me wrong.
Prove me wrong, Brett. You idiot.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I only have the one news story this week, which I figured
Well, we can talk about it. I saw on yours you had Xbox rumors written down.
Yeah, that's the only one I have.
I have something a little different written down. I just wrote down Xbox nonsense.
Well,
Yeah.
before we get into Xbox nonsense real quick,
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to throw a CGI version in a Jurassic Park movie, you freaking moron. Golly.
I'm saying I wouldn't put it past a Universal, Comcast, whomever mega corporation to try.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want it. I'm saying they'd try.
Well, now it's on the internet that I said that you want it, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, dude. Freaking sucks, though. It kind of came out of nowhere. It was especially weird, too, because he's doing all the Kick of Destiny stuff with Gronk for the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far back
They filmed all
they
that.
filmed that stuff, but it was just like, just all of a sudden on Twitter, it's like, Carl Weathers has passed away. And it's like, man.
Yeah, how old was he?
76?
76.
Yeah.
Man.
And like the clips from Rocky kept coming up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Happy Gilmore scene.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. The one that got me though that I wasn't expecting was the Happy Gilmore scene.
Yeah.
Of him in
Heaven.
but it's
With the alligator.
it's Happy's happy place. He's
Yeah.
just like, don't worry about it. I got my handbag, and it's just like, oh man,
Yeah.
my heartstrings.
Yep.
Dude played some absolutely iconic characters.
True
He's
that.
also an NFL football player.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Who do you play for?
A lot of people. I think he played for Washington for a bit. I think he played for Miami. Yeah. As a linebacker.
Heck of a career.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. man.
He will be missed. It
Good
was cool
time.
to see him get to do some directing. 'Cause he did some
he directed stuff for Mandalorian.
some Mandalorian
right?
stuff, yeah. So gone too soon.
Yep.
Gone too soon. My only other story was that Warner Brothers Discovery executives kind of beat an investor lawsuit that was basically accusing them of misrepresenting subscriber numbers and things during the Discovery Warner Brothers merger. To the extent it sounds like basically they weren't required to disclose certain things. Not that maybe things weren't held for maybe less than ideal or integral reasons, right? But at the end of the day, the rich get richer.
Classic.
We heard this story before.
So, yeah, and then there was the Microsoft shenanigans.
The rumors and all that.
The Xbox, specifically. Yeah, so next... Is it this Thursday?
What?
Their their business meeting.
I think it's
Business
next week,
conference?
isn't it? Isn't it like next week?
So,
Their business update or
the
whatever?
business update, yeah.
Oh look.
Good old Phyllis Spencer.
Phyllis?
Philip?
Xbox is about to be Phyllis.
We're listening and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week.
Okay.
Where we look forward to sharing more details with you about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned. From your boy, Phil Spencer.
So,
which was a response to all the rumors.
I was gonna say
that
go
were
ahead
going
and
crazy.
Set up. What were the rumors, Luke?
No more exclusives for Xbox, basically.
Just basically, yeah, that all their IPs would eventually make their way to other systems. Right?
Starfield on PS5.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
PS5.
Hi-Fi Rush to like the Switch.
That's a good one.
I think that's a good fit.
They should do that anyway.
Yeah, that's a good fit.
I think there was a gamble that was taken when acquiring ZeniMax, which is Bethesda's under, right? The gamble was, hey, we're gonna make Starfield exclusive. We're gonna see if we can move consoles. If we can move that needle. I don't know how much they needed to move that needle to feel like it was
worth it,
a worthwhile bet, but I don't think that happened.
No. It's the Game Pass effect too.
Game Pass has I'm sure it has a large part to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's, just to name a few more properties that are rumored, that are up for consideration. Halo.
Yep.
Gears of War, which was one of my predictions this year. So
it was. We were looking at it.
We couldn't remember
if it was an actual prediction or not.
Yep.
One of my backups was Starfield goes to PS5.
Yeah.
I moved it to backup because I was like, this is too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I feel like the Bethesda games, it's like, oh, okay, but then moving like Legacy, like Halo and Gears being up for consideration is pretty crazy. Sea of Thieves was another one. Basically everything, and whether that's timed exclusivity or day and date. I know the Starfield thing is supposed to be after their DLC comes out, is when they would put it on. So that would indicate that maybe they're trying to do some like timed exclusivity things moving forward. But the minute that it gets to a day and date scenario, it creates an interesting kind of problem for them, I think. Mm-hmm. I think I kind of tweeted at your message, you guys, and said overreaction. Xbox is getting out of the console game. Tyler's reaction, whatever. Right, like
it's right there.
Yeah, I think the thing that as time has gone on, that I'm realizing, that I hadn't put together then at that moment, is the console for them is Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
The console is no longer a box. It's Game Pass. It's the subscription they can sell.
Yeah.
It's just like Netflix. It's just like, Max. It's Disney Plus. It's all those things. They want to sell Game Pass. Mm-hmm. If they can get Game Pass onto a PlayStation 5, they're going to do it. The perfect example.
Oh man, that's going to be
the hard part is that, correct?
It's
So I don't know.
How do you get it on PlayStation without Sony taking a 30% cut of each subscription that's sold on PlayStation?
Do you want to hear my conspiracy theory?
Sure.
Sony's looking for a new guy to lead the show, right?
That's crazy.
What are you saying?
Phil steps down from Xbox, goes to PlayStation, and then they create a partnership.
Oh my gosh.
Feels like insider trading.
Dude, the rumor is Phil stepping down anyways. That's all on the back end of this too. That timing would feel really weird to me.
It would feel... yeah.
If this happens and then he steps down in the next 6 months, that's going to feel strange.
I love Phil, and I would absolutely...
Gamers love Phil.
Appreciate him to stay. I do think, from a business perspective, you have to answer some questions in terms of Xbox's leadership. Has to... Yeah. Right? Like, the buck stops somewhere.
Yeah.
And for a long time, Phil's taken that.
He's owned it,
right? Yeah. And so if you are essentially within the week conceding to completely losing, and they already have said that they lost the console war, but essentially to say it publicly and to say we're putting our games on the competitor's platform, and then I think stepping down makes sense. It would feel really weird for him to go to PlayStation immediately. But boy,
It'll start as a consulting role.
I think for me, what I would.
This is just my conspiracy theory.
Sure,
by the way.
yeah. This is Tyler's conspiracy theory.
We were looking for conspiracy theories to believe in a couple weeks ago.
We were.
Now you got one.
Yeah.
My maybe idealistic. It won't happen, but maybe the sunny side of the rainbow. What could happen out of this, right? Microsoft starts sending their properties over. They continue to produce Xboxes. They're never going to sell like they used to. They're probably more. They're considered more like the, I don't know, median PC, right? Like there are Dells and HPs that are they're just out there, and you can use them and they're fine. But they're probably not going to be producing the most next-gen, super expensive thing because it's not worth that kind of money to go forward. What they're going to be doing is developing an entry-level...
The Series S.
The Series S, and probably a formidable mid-tier system.
I think they have to.
They have to keep doing that.
Because if they don't, Sony's going to charge $1,000 for a PlayStation 6 and $100 games.
Right.
Well, I'm buying a PC then.
But I guess what my hope would be is if exclusives, you've already won the console war. You don't need exclusives for that reason anymore. Maybe you can see Sony moving away from exclusives as well. That would be my hope.
To create a different day in gaming, basically.
To get to the place where you buy the Blu-ray player and you buy the Blu-ray, and it doesn't matter who made them, they all work together. I buy an Xbox, I buy God of War, it just works. Because there's no measuring.
So basically, like...
I would love this.
I mean, that's what I hope for.
I think...
I don't know if Sony is able to be that kind of a company.
They wouldn't.
Under the right leadership, they could. I'm not sure if that's Phil.
Who's all about bringing games to everywhere they possibly can?
But I think you have Sony fanboys, and I get that, like, there's more than just the fanboys. It's shock. If you could sell to the shareholders that, like, this is good for stock prices, you can sell that, right? Like, but that has to be the right person. I don't think the person who was previously running Xbox is the right person to say, hey, why aren't we putting our games on Xbox?
Yeah. I'm very curious what this business update will be next week. I'm very curious if they're just going to walk out and be like, none of it's true. We're doubling down. Or like they just had their best year.
They had a great year.
Yeah. I mean, this is like one of the best years they've ever had.
Yeah.
So all this just feels weird, but I feel like the rumors at this point are just mounting. They're just too big at this point. Something's coming.
Something's coming.
I also wonder.
I can feel
Microsoft.
it in the wind.
I've heard people say that maybe
moves to acquire Sony.
I've heard some people say that maybe, jokingly say maybe they're just trying to identify leakers within their company.
Oh.
And so they're putting out a bunch of kind of nonsense.
Dude, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So I'm very curious what Phil comes out and says next week.
Yeah.
State of the Union is needed by them.
I think there's physically, right, like monetarily wise, we've done great.
Yeah.
Game Pass has clearly been a success to some degree. There is especially within kind of the ecosystem, and you can, we're the What the Fanboy Show, but like within the ranks of the fanboys and fangirls and fans of Xbox, the fans of PlayStation, right? Like we all joke about how dumb console wars are, but like there's a real sense of pride in that brand, even if you're not wanting them to fight, right? And you can be happy with both. But I do think there is a uncertainty in what is the future of Xbox at this point.
Big time.
That's what they need to answer.
Yep. And I think, the other thing too, Xbox, for whatever reason, has just been very reactionary in their marketing lately. Rather than just trying to nip a lot of this stuff in the butt. I don't know, man. I hate to imagine a world where there's not an Xbox console.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of what that could mean, large scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, like, this is
Let's
all...
get Luna.
Always get Luna. Maybe Stadia will come back.
Well,
that's what Xbox could become.
Well, they already have it.
Yeah.
I can play Xbox on my TV.
Right.
I just have an Xbox, so I use it.
Exactly.
But I think it's just been an annoying, really week of constantly hearing different things, and then Phil's tweet. I thought it was just so stupid. I don't think you need to say anything. I'm just kind of... I end my once where you are earlier, which is...
Everything everywhere.
Nothing exclusive.
Yeah.
I would love it if I could just buy one console. I'd love to play a Legend of Zelda.
Dude, yes.
On a PS5 or an Xbox. Well, it won't be an Xbox anymore. But on a PS5. Like, why not? Why can't I play Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker, if they ever make it, at like 60 frames, 1080p? That'd be so awesome.
I agree. Yeah, I think... I don't know, man.
Yeah. I'm just tired of exclusivity.
It ruins things. The games industry could have a major shakeup next week.
Could.
Want to know what my actual prediction is, though? It's just nothing. I don't think it's going to be anything.
That nothing's true?
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's definitely...
I think the...
Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush are definitely going to different consoles.
That is the only part that is true, is what I think. Because that has been rumored almost since
forever,
it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think Starfield's safe too? Or do you think that one comes to PS5?
I think that one comes to PS5 eventually. And I think it's always been the plan. They just have never said. And I think Elder Scrolls will too. Because those games are just too big.
Yeah, I think there are...
Halo?
I think the legacy franchises stay with Xbox, I think.
Here's the other problem. Are they going to remake all these games on a different console?
Right.
Because that's an entirely amount of different work, and they want to make new games.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time, and it's a waste of money. Yeah. So I could, at the most, see new stuff go to PlayStation 5.
Just future titles?
Future titles.
Like Gears 6 or whatever. Being
Halo 1 Combat Evolved doesn't need to be on the PlayStation.
They'd put the Master Chief Collection, but even that was...
Well, yeah.
Like, it's a coding... That in and of itself, because it's like 6 different games from... All with a variety of the same... it's all based on the same engine, but it's all tweaks here and there. I don't know how you port that over to PlayStation without it just being a... Ugh. I mean, it's a nightmare.
During the Starfield big thing, they're like, well, they made it Xbox exclusive, so it cut out a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to make it for multiple consoles.
I could see Starfield from a, hey, we had started working on it.
I was going to say, they had started the PlayStation on a PlayStation exclusive.
Right. So, like, they have the base, they have something there. They have probably a foundation. Obviously,
they have the specs for a PS5 and what it needs.
Need to kind of redevelop it. And I don't know how much work that is, but boy, wouldn't it be nice if you could just build a game in Unreal and be like, export for Xbox, export for PlayStation.
Good old AI tools.
I don't know. I think that's where game development tools want to get to. Obviously, we're not there.
Isn't that
yet,
what Power World did? They hit the AI button and said, "Make me a Pokemon.
Make me a Pokemon game."
That's what people think. Yeah.
Absolutely,
dude, people are idiots.
Absolutely. Okay, we got a couple Fanbox questions real quick. The first one, Zach. This is your last question, so you're gonna have to send us more. What movie soundtrack never gets old?
Lord of the Rings.
A lot of them.
Oh yes, Lord of the Rings is the easy go-to. I think. I mean, not easy as like it's cop-out answer. It's just that awesome.
Yeah. Man of Steel.
Man, we were talking about Man of Steel the
were.
other night, weren't we?
Interstellar.
Yeah, that's a good one. For me, Tron.
Yeah, so good.
I like Tron a lot.
Tron Legacy.
Can you imagine what that movie would be like without that soundtrack? It'd be bad.
I watched Tron Legacy with Claire the other day.
She liked
She
it?
loved it.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It's a fun movie.
You should watch the original with her. Be like,
She's like, "Is there another one?" I'm like, "Yeah, you don't want to watch it though."
oh man, what else?
You know which one I really like? Probably more than I should, because I don't love the movie. I really enjoy the Force Awakens soundtrack.
I think
It's a great modernization of Star Wars.
dude, Ray's theme is one of the best
And
things John Williams has ever done.
Yeah, it sticks. I don't know. Every track on that is. I can just listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good. The Guardians. The first Guardian, at least Guardians 1, I thought was.
Mm-hmm.
I have that one on vinyl. I almost always have it on the record player, and
Yeah, I got.
I
Tron
usually
on
switch
vinyl.
something out with it.
Shoot, what was I just about to say? Oh, Braveheart for me. That's one I always go back to.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Inception is good.
Yeah.
Should just pull up my Spotify. See what I have on there. What have I saved in my library?
I think I actually had a movie soundtrack on my Spotify Wrapped last year.
I don't have Spotify. I use Apple, but my most listened to soundtrack and artist was Death Stranding's Ludwig Forcell. I go to that all the time. I know it's not a movie, but listen to it all the time. Another one that I go to a lot, especially recently, is I just listen to all of Ennio Morricone's Man with No Name trilogy soundtracks, and also Once Upon a Time in the West.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. I love listening to that, and it gets stuck in my head for weeks on end. I even had to rewatch those movies this past, I think it was last week, because I listened to the soundtrack and I was like, well, okay, guess we're watching these.
We got Treasure Planet on here.
It's really funny looking at some of these. Whoa.
Wow.
I have Black Panther on here. Ludwig killed it with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Division soundtrack. It's really good. I really like the first Shazam soundtrack from Benjamin Wallfish. I think that one's good. I have the Outer Worlds soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
That one's I like. Hades and Bastion, both the Supergiant Games soundtracks. Those are good. The Suicide Squad from John Murphy.
Oh.
It's good. And Dune, of course.
Yeah.
Like nobody's mentioned Dune yet, but that's another one that's really good.
Yep.
Just kind of looking through. Oh, and here's a maybe unpopular, but Detective Pikachu.
Oh.
The Pokemon one.
I never even would have thought of that.
I don't know if I've...
That soundtrack's awesome.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's Henry Jackman, who I feel like is just good in general.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Over in the chat, Baroque says, playing the Lego Harry Potter reminded me how good
Oh,
the Harry Potter soundtrack is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Any of those movies.
Yeah.
They all slap.
It's another video game one, but Halo 3.
Oh, so good. The lo-fi version being ODST.
Yep.
Just throw that on if you ever want to.
Lo-fi and some rain. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, so.
Oh, dude, then they add in that saxophone. It's just like, I want to shoot some aliens. And it's just like the saddest music you've ever heard. It's like, oh gosh, I hope I get out of here alive. Oh, I'm at work.
So yeah, some great soundtracks there, guys. Okay, and then Trevor has a question for us.
Okay.
Is there a meme that you associate with each other?
First water slide of the year. Not a meme, but
A video.
just a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good.
With Luke, it's the...
That or the Amazon Alexa.
A meme for us would be the Ghidorah meme. And I'm the dumb one.
Oh.
The three
I know it's true. I've accepted my role. And I'm okay with it.
Didn't we make that one time?
We did once, yeah. We did. Good times.
Yeah, I think for Luke and I, there's two, not necessarily memes, but videos that stand out. It's the water slide one, and then the Alexa one.
Fart for me.
Yeah, the fart for me Alexa video. If you've never seen it, look it up. It's hilarious.
The one I always with you two is the wake up.
Oh yeah, Mark Rebele or whatever. The wake up alarm.
Yeah.
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 Oh, we used to listen to that
before
every show.
episode.
Yep.
Got to bed. Let's go.
I actually played that on Friday of inventory weekend at work. I blasted it on my speakers from my desk. Everybody's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Everybody get ready to work."
You know what? I guess the meme probably that we send the most of each other, or at least that I feel like I send the most, is the dude from. What the is this piece of shit?
I sent you one of those
today,
today.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
The one I
Pesci
sent
quote.
today was like the Europeans showing up
in
to
New
America
Jersey.
and New Jersey for the World Cup.
Guys, we need to talk about how many players are going to go down playing
On
that
that life,
final.
don't even speak it into existence.
They need to just be aware.
Yeah,
They don't know that turf monster, how deadly it is.
yeah,
It took Aaron Rodgers out in 4 plays.
yeah. It's true.
Granted, he was 40.
Took
a week old
Jalen
man.
Phillips out too for the Dolphins. He's like 24, 23. Yeah, that's true.
They just need to put grass up there. Because that turf has more victims than any other field, I
Dude.
think.
No joke.
Ugh.
Oh, that one from when I hurt my leg.
My leg!
The one I associate with myself is Gran Torino.
Get off my lawn.
Just
What'd
the
you show?
grumpy
This one's not appropriate.
Clint Eastwood just staring out
Oh,
at his kids on
this
the
one.
yard.
No, for me, it's definitely got to be the bald man drinking orange juice. And
Oh!
I said that all the time. I have it saved in our Snapchat
Yep.
chat. It will never go away. It's the first
Thank
thing
goodness.
I see every time I open
Thank
that up.
goodness it will never.
I like
go away.
this one a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime there's like some stupid news story, it's like, oh my gosh, here we go again.
The first meme I ever saved was a picture of the cinnamon toast crunch.
What the cinnamon toast?
What the cinnamon toast is that?
That one's good. Now we're just reminiscing on memes. This is great.
I'm
Good-
glad
good
I had
question,
the opportunity
Trevor. Thank you.
to be alive during the meme culture
I like this one
period.
a lot.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love a good meme.
Dude, they're fun.
Good memes indeed. Well, before we get out of here, did you guys do anything this week that's worth noting?
I did. I watched all of Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
8 episodes.
Was it good?
It was very good.
Nice.
The best part, not the best part, one of the best parts is how different it is from the Brangelina movie. The movie was like sexy.
Yeah.
And ooh, look at this hot couple. Look at us. Guns. And this is just awkward. Their relation starts off awkward. Then they start falling for each other and it's awkward. And if you know how the story goes, It gets real awkward. There's an episode where they're in therapy, and it is the best episode. And the drama and the awkwardness between them is fantastic. And Donald Glover and Maya Erskine are awesome.
I'm trying to get Dana to watch it with me. I think she'll like it.
Yeah,
She never saw the movie back in the day, and I was like, I think you'll like it. Like, I do think you'll enjoy it. She's never seen the movie? No.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I do think she will enjoy just what this is.
I added the movie to my list because it's also on Prime.
Oh,
like, I'm gonna rewatch this because I remember really liking the movie.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets to season 2.
I really want more. I'll convince Stephanie to watch it. We can.
It is TVMA.
Bump those numbers up.
But
Excuse me.
I will say, like, you'll be watching the first episode and, like, they're doing their thing and they're not really into each other yet, and it's just the conversations between them are awkward, and it's perfect because being forced into a spy marriage would be awkward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way the episode is paced, I think, is amazing.
It has a lot of the people from the staff of Atlanta. And I've heard that, while it's not like the same kind of vibes as Atlanta, but like the style of it and look of it is similar to Atlanta. And I didn't realize that until I watched the most recent trailer, and I was like, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it now.
There's also a lot of like cameos in it. Like,
oh, really?
Like guest stars. I shouldn't say cameos. They actually have roles.
That's cool. Are they pretty good?
They're fantastic.
Nice.
Freaking loved Sarah Paulson. She's the therapist.
Yeah.
And then Ron Perlman.
Oh, that's right. I did see this. There's a ton of people in this.
Ron Perlman is in one of the episodes. He was awesome. That was also a fantastic episode. But man, yeah, I go to Fanboy Worthy. I think it's fantastic.
Awesome. What else?
What else did I do? I started House of the Dragon. Finally, I've watched 6 episodes. I think.
Is it an 8-episode season or 10?
No, 10. It's 10.
It's good. It's all right.
The best is yet to come. Trust me.
Thank goodness. Because like. I need to keep reminding myself, though, and I think I've told this myself, like, after every episode. Season 1 of Game of Thrones is not that good. It's regarded great because of the way it ends and what it leads into.
Yeah.
But Season 1 of Game of Thrones was okay. And it's kind of like this. Like, you're kind of figuring everybody out. It's got a lot of shock value, edgy character kind of stuff. Everybody just kind of hates each other.
I think they did a good job, and you'll have to let me know if you agree or not when you get to the end of the season.
I disagree. Oh, sorry. sorry.
I think though, like where Game of Thrones season 1 ended is that midpoint in House of the Dragon of season 1.
Like the time jump?
It's that time jump.
Okay.
Like think of that season 1 and season 2 of Game of Thrones is the second half of the season 1 of House of the Dragon. Mm-hmm. Things are going to start picking up. There is going to be a lot that happens, and it's going to end in a
the first
crazy manner.
5 episodes. I don't know. Like when they're young, it's pretty basic stuff.
Yeah,
I compared it to you. I don't remember I was talking to you where it's like, wow, the first episode is kind of just the first episode of The Crown.
Oh, it was you and I were
like,
talking at dinner.
Oh, a parent died, and I'm thrust into being the crown, and I don't know if I wanted this job, but I'm gonna own it.
Yeah. And
story onward. Whereas, like, I finished the first episode and was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, it's basic power play for the crown type stuff, and it's good.
Nice.
It's good. I wouldn't, like, at least as far as I gotten, I know I haven't finished it, but I wouldn't be like, yo, this is some good stuff.
It's hard to go back to that well, I feel like, after Game of Thrones and everything that kind of came along with that, but...
Yeah, just the way it ended.
Yeah.
It's like... That was terrible.
It definitely has... I don't know, I think it has a different vibe in terms of like these are clearly different showrunners who have different sensibilities and care about different things.
Yeah.
Like the end of the end of Game of Thrones just felt so.
Who was a better story than Bran the Broken? Everybody.
Anyone.
Literally every
anyone
single
else.
person.
Anyone else. Anyways, go ahead, Luke.
The other thing that I did, one of the other things, I rewatched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning last night.
Nice.
Instead of watching True Detective, I watched that. I'm going to be honest. That movie was way better than I remembered. It was one of my favorite movies from last year. It's so good. You need to watch it.
Yeah, I still need to watch.
You still haven't watched it, have you?
It's so fantastic.
I feel like when
I
we
love the
reviewed it,
stuff they
I
do with
liked
AI.
it better than you.
What?
Was that right? Maybe not.
No way. It was in my top 5, and I gave it 5 stars.
Okay, then definitely not. But
I know I liked it more than you.
that's fair. And it was a part 1, so
Yeah.
it definitely.
Did you know it was a part 1 going in?
They took that off.
They did take that off.
Yep. At least not on my disc, though. It was still on there.
Oh,
How dare they?
You're gonna be able to sell that baby one day.
No. Never. It's useless
Physical
now.
media is dead.
But yeah, that movie just kicks butt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is
and I
good.
love
Great.
the way they use AI in that movie.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So timely. And then I watched True Detective, which I don't think we've talked about it a lot on here. It's good.
It's stacking up to be a good season of television, man.
Need Answers, and then Masters of the Air, episode 3.
Nice.
Still good?
It's still good. I still maintain my opinion on that show, though. I don't know who people are when we're in the planes. It's like people are dying, and they're like, "That was." It's like, yep, poor guy.
I'm gonna have to print out the IMDb cast list so I can just look.
It doesn't matter. You can't see their face. They're all wearing oxygen
That's
masks.
the problem.
They all have hats on. They all wear the exact same gear. The only people you can understand when they talk are Barry Keoghan, because his voice is so distinct, and then Austin Butler has his Elvis accent.
Does he really?
Not full on, but
you can still hear it.
His character is from Wyoming, so he's kind of got a country accent
Gotcha.
going on. Also, shout out Wyoming.
Cool.
I think I don't think they're doing enough character work in that show. So far, all 3 episodes have kind of been the same. We're here. We're flying. We're being shot at. Where have we landed? It's like, are we gonna learn about our characters, or are we just gonna watch them die?
They just shoot airplane bullets.
It doesn't feel like it's made at all. Like, I know it's not, but it's like from the people that brought you
The Pacific.
So you bought into their marketing schemes. Yeah. No. But when you market yourself, you set expectations.
But even the Pacific didn't feel like Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers, every single episode had a different main character. It's just that those 2 main guys were always kind of there, and they had less and less to do each episode because they kept ranking up.
Yeah.
And then eventually you make it through the show, and you got to know like one specific character in the show. Like there's the episode about the medic. And in this show you just kind of follow Austin Butler, and I don't know the other guy's name. They have the same name though. One's Bucky and one's Buck.
Oh, that's right.
And it's a little annoying.
You mentioned that last week.
But it's entertaining.
I'm good.
If I had to rate it right now as an ongoing review, it would be a Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
It's a pretty chill. It's good.
Tyler, did you do anything this week?
I finished Blood Samurai.
Yeah! Let's go.
Watch him give it a dumpster fire.
Yeah, definitely a dumpster fire. No, it's a booyah. It's my favorite show of last year.
Heck yeah.
Very happy it's getting a season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they had finished it that way and not given it a season 2, I would have probably had some issues.
Are we allowed to talk spoilers about that show now?
I think it's still catching on with a lot of people.
Yeah, I probably would.
I guess we can just all do it together after.
Yeah. I really do think that's one of the best shows kind of running right now. It's just so well made. All the characters have interesting story arcs. At first I wasn't sure that I would like Akemi, but I really like where her arc goes. And I'm very interested to kind of see what being great looks like to her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just really fired up for more from that show. And the other thing I did, I kind of mentioned it. I've been playing some games on my PlayStation lately. Been playing a little bit of the Division 2.
Playing Xbox games on there?
No.
He's
Not
actually
yet.
alpha testing
Not
it.
yet.
A little bit of the Division 2, just as, I've determined that my comfort games are the Division and Madden. Those are like the games I always find myself coming back to.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. And then I also I had been waiting forever for Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut to hit a sale, and it did over the weekend. It's part of the Critics' Choice sale. I think it runs till the 15th, and it was on sale. The Director's Cut was on sale for $29. And I had some fantasy football winnings, and I was like, you know what? I know I've beat this game, but it's a game that I think about a lot, and I don't always want to have to borrow yours. So I was like, I'm gonna just pick it up. I'm gonna buy it, install it, and I've started kind of loosely. I'm not gonna say this is what I'm doing, but I think I'm just gonna find myself liberating the whole island and engaging with all the side activities.
Gotta clear out all those red spots.
Yeah, man. And I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm gonna work my way up, and as I find points of interest, I go check them out. I would really love, I've never platinumed a game before.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one of those games that it's easy to drop in, drop out of, come back to later, take breaks from. So I'd really like to maybe try it with this one. I also don't think it's going to take me 500 hours to do to platinum. So
Plus, there's stuff you haven't done yet.
there's a ton of stuff. There's tons of stories and things like that.
Because the director's cut includes the island.
Yep, and that's the thing, right? Like, if I get bored of doing the trophy chasing and liberation stuff, I can just go engage with the story.
Which is insane, because the combat in that game doesn't allow you to get bored.
Yeah, here's how I would define the combat in Ghost of Tsushima. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. I don't think there's a game that does hack and slash better.
And you haven't even unlocked. I'm trying to remember how that game, you gain skill, right?
I beat it.
Oh, that's
this
right.
isn't.
That's
yeah,
right.
I beat this game a long time ago.
This is just the director's cut. You're replaying.
Yeah, I've beat
Sorry.
it.
Don't know why I was like, this is a fresh thing for him. No.
I just jumped in and I was like, oh, cool. I can go do all the side activities.
Yeah.
Little Tales of Tsushima and all those things. I'm gonna go do all that and just engage with the game.
Write some poems. Write some haikus.
Yeah. Reflect on some things in the hot springs.
Sometimes I'd make a haiku and I'd be like, that one sucked.
Yeah.
That show's wrong.
But no, I love kind of engaging with that game at my own pace. And I feel like it's a game that allows me to do that without feeling like I'm missing something.
Yep.
And I just really appreciate that. I don't know. It's a weird thing to say about a game that's, completely single player outside of the Legends mode or whatever. But it really just, I can do whatever I want. I can jump on and chase a fox around. I can jump on and the mountain puzzles are so fun to find the shrines. Those are such a good time. Just every little part of that game is so enjoyable for me. And it's very quickly moving up my list of games.
It shot up mine so quick.
I think the more time I spend with it, though, the higher it gets.
Yeah.
There's just so much to engage with. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you've not played Ghost of Tsushima, it's years late, but do yourself a favor and give that one a shot. I think you'll very very quickly find out why people love that game. So that's what I did.
Sweet. I played a little Anthem with Luke.
Yeah. Played for 2 hours or something.
We played D&D as well.
We had a D&D session. It was awesome. And I picture locked on our movie.
We
also did that.
So that was a lot of fun. That's taken a lot of effort, and it's It's been a lot harder than I thought it would be.
And you thought it was going to be hard.
And I thought it was going to be hard. But, yeah, making some of those decisions, especially on editing and what to cut and what to leave in and how does something feel versus what you think it needs. And
now imagine making 3 4-hour Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh. I don't know how Peter Jackson survived.
I don't know if he did, honestly.
Dude, it's crazy to think just like how much work is going into this and how, like, obviously we don't have just teams and droves of people to work on this thing, but like it's amazing how much time has been spent by you and others getting this thing to where it is today, and how much longer and how much further we still have to go.
Yeah.
But man, it's been pretty rewarding to kind of see the fruits of that effort.
It's been super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Super excited to eventually be able to show it to people. So we're one step closer. I feel like the finish line is kind of within sight.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
And excited about it. So, yeah.
Sick.
Cool.
Can I do my news stories? I got skipped over.
You can interrupt me with... Okay, yes, go for it. Sorry, Luke.
I won't be long. They're nothing crazy. There's
Okay.
only really one that I care about.
Sure.
Which is that Joe Blackburn is going to leave Destiny.
That's right. Leaving Bungie.
Leaving Bungie, yeah.
He's the game director currently for
game
Destiny
director
2.
On Destiny 2. He's wrapping up the final shape. And Tyson Green, who's been at Bungie forever, is going to be taking over.
I think Tyson's had a lot of systems jobs, like developing game systems and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been with Bungie for a long time.
It's like Myth.
My guess is he's probably at this point probably a pretty high up department head or a manager. I don't know, but I think that makes sense from probably a management standpoint. He's a very different personality than Joe.
He has no social media.
Nope. So I'm very curious to see what that communication looks like going forward for Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, like, the way Joe does it now is very reminiscent of a Bungie that was way more vocal in the past. But Bungie has been
Pre-Sony.
getting more and more quiet and less personable, right? Like, they're not necessarily tweeting out from personal accounts and those kinds of things as much, especially their community people.
Well, they didn't even sign their TWABs anymore.
Yeah.
It's
So-
always Destiny 2 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Sure.
And I kind of have been thinking about this Paul Tassi quote all week. And it was, the wrong people keep leaving Bungie. And I just think he's right. It's just like every once in a while, like DMG left.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like a cornerstone, and then obviously there's all the layoffs, and then now it's Joe, and it's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And just, I don't know. I just hope the final shape is good, because most people are honestly going to be done with Destiny after that until they inevitably announce Destiny 3. But, yeah. The other two things I have, these are super, super small. Reportedly, no Super Bowl trailers from WB, Sony, Netflix, or Amazon.
Oh.
My response, good. I think we've hit a point where Super Bowl ads are not worth it.
Oh, no.
Just put it on Twitter
Yeah.
and Instagram and YouTube. Guess what? It's free. It's free. You can just put it on there.
I mean, they're always going to pay some money to boost it.
They will.
But yes.
But
compared to paying for a Super Bowl spot, absolutely.
like, do you want to pay $10-15 million to get that first commercial break?
Someone does.
It's just such a waste. The other thing, we were talking about this before. Tom Holland has a big announcement tomorrow. What's it going to be? Predictions?
I like Tyler's prediction.
It's gonna be Link.
Ah! No, just kidding. I hate that prediction.
Kill me.
Do you know what my actual prediction would be?
What's your actual
Just
prediction?
Spider-Man 4.
Mine is because of the Sony state of play, which, Spider-Man would say it's Uncharted 2.
I think I'm with Tyler. I think it's a Spider-Man 4 thing. But, I mean, what other... I'm trying to think of other...
What if he's taking a break from acting?
He already did. And don't announce it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Then yeah, it's Spider-Man 4.
I think...
They've been trying to get a Spider-Man movie off the ground for a while.
When was
the last one? 2019? Wait, when was No Way?
Like 2 years home.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Oh, 2019 was Far From Home.
Yeah, it's No Way Home.
No Way Home was 2022.
22.
It was at the very end of COVID.
End of COVID. Yes, but you're right. I think that, yeah.
Because it saved the movies.
So it would have been December of 21.
I don't know.
I think it was.
Look it
December
up,
of 21.
Tyler. You got it.
In any case, I'm kind of surprised they haven't announced more on that yet, but they're probably have to be somewhat selective. The fact,
2021.
Dude, if he is, I can't do it. I said he'd be announced as Link the moment they freaking
That would be
announced
hilarious.
that movie.
I will laugh so hard if that's the announcement.
that movie is still so early in development that it's.
They already have a director.
Yeah,
Okay,
isn't
that's
it
fair.
the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes guy?
Wes Ball?
Who knows?
Is that one guy?
It's that one guy from that one thing.
It's
in the
that
One
guy.
Place. Anyways,
It's the guy.
we will. Tune in to I don't know next week. I'm sure we'll talk about it. Whatever that big announcement was.
I'm here to boo it. Although, I'll be really happy if it's Uncharted 2, because it's not Legend of
Anything but Legend of Zelda.
Zelda.
We'll be happy.
anything.
So
Listen, they already did so much damage to the Uncharted movie franchise, they literally can't do any worse.
no.
It's already dead. They can just keep beating it dead.
The only way is up, right?
Congratulations.
So, all right. I want to make sure, Luke, you didn't have anything else you want to talk about?
I can make something up.
Okay, Tyler, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I'm falling
Thank you
asleep over here.
for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for watching or listening. Tune in next week, and we'll give you all of our Tom Holland hot takes.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Don't hold it. Goodbye.